Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get a Discovery logo overlay on your video for Skype or Teams or any other software you want to use. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to download OBS Studio. So you can just go to obsproject.com/download, choose your platform, and download the installer. I have already done that. And once it's downloaded, you're going to want to run it. Yep. Next, it's a general public license, standard agreement. I agree. The program file is OBS Studio. Next, we don't need any plugins or the RealSense source. We'll just press install. And should take a minute, but it's a relatively quick download. Now we press finish. And OBS Studio should automatically launch. I'm going to remove these scenes. This is part of some of my saved user preferences. We're not at step yet. Okay. So we have OBS Studio installed. Now we're going to need some plugins to make it work with Skype and Teams. And what we're going to need is a virtual camera. So I'll provide a link. You're going to want to go to a plugin for Virtual Cam, OBS Virtual Cam. Going to want to download that. I already have. And you're going to run this installer for Virtual Cam. Yes. Same general public license. I agree. Next. Yes. You only really need to register one virtual camera. You can register all four if you want. It does not matter. All right. Install. So the DLL successfully. Yes. So that should be finished. Now, the last thing you want to install is the plugin that I have created. I'm going to send that to you in a zip file. Here I have it extracted to the desktop. The installation instructions are here. It asks for you to put data and OBS plugins within your main OBS folder. We're going to do that now. Copy. Oh yeah. And we'll go to, it should be in C, program files, OBS Studio, and just paste that here. Yes, we want to replace image source. We'll give it any permissions it needs. And we're done. We should have a fully operating version of OBS Studio. So, one of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pin this to your taskbar, or just so you can quickly run it. You're going to need to launch this before you launch Teams. And I'm going to show you how it looks now in Microsoft Teams. Just because Teams is the easiest to configure the camera. Yeah. All right, so you're going to want to go to Settings. Devices. and choose OBS camera. Now, if OBS camera isn't on the list yet, just launch OBS Studio. You're going to have to do this anyway. Just launch OBS Studio, go to Tools, Virtual Cam, and you're going to want to choose OBS camera, and you're going to want to, well, you're going to want to select Auto Start, so it starts every time, and you're just going to want to press Start. And you see when OBS Studio is not running, it just shows a gray screen. And when OBS Studio is running, presently, it shows a black screen because OBS Studio is showing a black screen. So now that we have everything installed, let's set up our scene. For me, I already have a scene called Skype. For you, you would just press plus, add, name the scene whatever you want. Skype is good. And you have a scene. You're going to want to add a source to that scene, a video capture device, okay? And you're going to want to choose your integrated camera. Or if you're using a webcam, you'll choose the webcam. Any camera that you want to have. All this seems good. That's okay. Now we're going to want to resize this so that it fits the entire scene. You're going to want to adjust it so it's more centered because the camera is square by default. However you want to go about. I'm going to do transform, center. Awesome. So now that you have your video capture device, if you look back in Teams, you can see that it has your image there that's showing on OBS Studio. Now the image is flipped. I believe that's just the preview settings. I believe it flips back. But if it doesn't, if you need it flipped, you can go to Tools, Virtual Cam, and choose to flip. And now we see the same thing in OBS Studio we do here. Now, this is just a basic camera. We want to have the Discovery logo. So I like to create a new scene. I'll call this Skype plus logo. And this is just so that I can switch easily to the scene without the logo and the scene with the logo. And Skype plus logo, I want to add a scene, and I want to add Skype. Okay, so now we have the same thing on both things. Now the logo we want to add, it's called Discovery logo. And we just create a new one of those. And as you can see, we have a little preview window of the Discovery logo and the default order of blue, green, yellow, red. And we're going to want to add our values so that it matches. So 63, as you can see now, blue is the highest value. Wait, it was already. Now you can see since green's the highest value, it jumps to the top. That's how it works. Yellow value, value 10. All right. So now I have my values entered, and I won't have to do that again. That's okay. Put the logo where you want it, resize it how you want it. And if you're ready, you're done. All you have to do is press the OBS Studio on the taskbar before starting the meeting or after the meeting. It's fine too. It'll just show a gray screen when it's not running. So if you're ready to start your meeting and you see this, you're like, oh shoot, I gotta launch OBS Studio. And it'll do that. Sometimes it takes a few seconds. There you go. And you see it'll show what you want it to show here. Now, for anyone who wants to tinker around with all the settings, let's do that now. As you can see under properties, you just select discovery logos and click this gear icon to access the properties. There's a lot more here than just the number values, and we're going to mess with that now. So we have a bunch of different types of logos. We have blocks, squares, dots, ordered graphs, and graphs. So squares would show like this. If we use squares, we probably want a little spacing. There's that value too. That'll allow you to move the colors farther away from each other. And as you can see, it's updating in real time here and here on Teams. So you can change that. Here we have dots, which is the same as squares, but they're just circles. Ordered graph. Now this is going to have descending order. If you wanted ascending order, that's easy enough to do on your own. Yeah, save it. You'll just right click this, press. Well, actually you don't even need to do that. You can just resize it the opposite way. And there, now it's ascending. And you want to rotate it. It's easy enough to do as well. So if you want a horizontal graph, just transform I'm going to do it this way. Yeah. So pretty much, there's a lot of different configurations here. I'm going to reset that. Okay. So that's ordered graph. And we also have graph, which is going to just have the default order of blue, green, yellow, red, but it will show your value. Now, if you just switch to graph right away, you're not going to see anything because obviously if a value is at 0, the bar is going to have a 0 height. So yeah, don't worry about that. And we see spacing, what spacing does to blocks, just moves the blocks farther away. So if you want a little gap there, I don't know why, but yeah. The next thing you can do is you can make any color inactive. So if you want a little more, consistency between your image and your thing, which only has your top 2 colors, you might uncheck your less active colors, and there it'll show like that. It's just your top colors. So yeah, that's how you get it working. Just remember to launch OBS Studio before every meeting, and have this camera as OBS camera, and it should work the same every time. Now this is just scratching the surface of what OBS Studio is capable of. You can do a whole lot of things. You can make entire presentations, you can make animations, a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of different plugins to mess around with. But this right here just shows how you would add a discovery logo to your camera. Thank you. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this already. I'm going to provide the link and the zip file with my plugin. Thank you.